All right, let's talk about three little words that cause a ton of confusion for English learners: must, have to, and should. But don't you worry, because by the time we're done here, you are going to be using them like a pro.
You know this feeling, right? You're in the middle of talking or maybe typing an email and you just stop. Which one is it? It's a super common roadblock, but trust me, we're going to clear the path right now. And hey, the first thing you need to know is that if you get these mixed up, you are so not alone. Pretty much everyone does, but the good news, the rules are actually way simpler than you think. So let's break it all down.
Okay, first up, let's put these two head to head: must versus have to. Now, both of these guys are about obligations, things you have to do. But, and this is the key, the obligation comes from two totally different places. And here it is, the main difference. Must is all about a personal obligation. It comes from inside you, from your own feelings and values. Have to, on the other hand, is external. It's about a situation or rule that's forcing you to do something. So, for example, I must pay him back like I promised. Where's that pressure coming from? It's coming from inside. You made a promise and you feel a personal duty to keep it. That's must. But then you have, he has to do a lot of homework. Does he personally feel a deep moral need to do it? Probably not. The obligation is coming from an outside source, the school. It's a rule, part of the situation. Okay, now here is a game changer. A little pro tip for you. When you're just talking in a normal conversation, just use have to. Seriously, must can sound really formal, sometimes even a little dramatic. If you stick with have to for obligations when you speak, you'll sound natural pretty much every single time. It's a great shortcut. All right, so you're thinking, okay, got it. Must is internal, have to is external. Simple. Well, get ready for a plot twist. Because when we flip these into the negative, the rule book gets thrown right out the window. So, let me ask you, if must and have to are kind of similar, then are mustn't and don't have to also kind of similar? What do you think? And the answer is nope, not even close. They mean completely different things. Honestly, this is probably the biggest mix-up of them all, so let's get this crystal clear. And here is the golden rule. Mustn't means something is forbidden, prohibited. You are not allowed to do it. End of story. Don't have to, though? That just means something isn't necessary. You have a choice. You can do it if you want, but nobody's making you. Think about a sign on a bus. Passengers must not talk to the driver. That is a clear rule. It is forbidden. You don't have a choice in the matter. It is a command not to do something. But if your manager says you don't have to finish it today, that's the total opposite of a command. It's freedom. It means it's not required. You can finish it, sure. Or you can go home and do it tomorrow. The choice is all yours. See the difference? Forbidden versus freedom? Okay, we've totally nailed obligations. Now, let's bring our third verb into the picture, should. With should, we're leaving the world of rules and stepping into the friendly world of advice and opinions. So the main job of should is to give advice. When you tell someone they should do something, you're just sharing your opinion about what you think is a good idea. And the key thing here is they still have a choice. It's not an order. But what if it's more than just a casual suggestion? What if you feel really strongly about your advice? Well, this is where must and have to can actually jump back into the game. This chart shows it perfectly. Think of it like a volume knob for your advice. You should try the new cafe is just normal, neutral advice. But you have to try the new cafe. Now you're adding some real emphasis. And if you say, you must try the new cafe, it is the best I've ever had, well, that's the highest level. You're not just advising, you're insisting because you're so excited about it. But, and listen up because this is a big but, when you want to give negative advice, you only have one option. You can only use shouldn't. You shouldn't eat so much chocolate is perfect advice. Saying you mustn't eat it sounds like you're forbidding them. And you don't have to eat it is just stating the obvious. It's not advice. So remember, for negative advice, shouldn't is your one and only tool. Phew, we've covered a lot of ground, right? Obligations, negatives, advice. So let's pull it all together into one simple final cheat sheet that you can save. This is the one you want to remember. And here it is, all in one place. Must is for that personal obligation or really strong advice, but mustn't means forbidden. Have to is for an outside rule or strong advice, but don't have to means it's not necessary. And good old should is for neutral advice, while shouldn't is your go-to for negative advice. That's it. That's the whole game.
And just like that, we've untangled these tricky verbs. So the real question is, for you, how are you going to use must, have to, and should today? Give it a try. Thanks so much for watching.